Listening to your gut intuition is huge. Um, when you look back at a tournament day when you didn't have a very good performance, um, more often than not, it's when you did not listen to your gut and follow your intuitions, because you try to force stuff, you try to make stuff happen, you try to do stuff maybe how you caught them in pre-practice the weekend before if you're fishing a local team tournament and it's been off limits all week. Forcing it is and I'm guilty. I do it all the time. That's the worst thing you can do. When you know stuff is not working, you need to move, you need to do something different. It could be a bait change, it could be a depth change, it could be an area, location change. From back of creek, mouth of pocket, main lake bay, main lake shoreline, main lake deep structure, lower end basin of the lake. I mean, there's so many options, but what you probably should be doing. And if you can trust your instincts all the time, that would be a great thing, because that is so hard to do. But, it's called fishing by the seat of your pants. It's called junk fishing. It's called whatever. There's lots of names for it. Swinging for the fences. It doesn't always work out. But if you let your mind, if you can just listen to that little voice that says, you know what, it's not going your way, you should probably make a move. The people who are best at listening to that voice have some amazing finishes and a whole bunch of wins. Hard to say anything different, but it's happened to me before. And other sports, and they've always called it being in the zone. Bass fishing is no different. If you're in that spot, and that's where you see hot streaks go in the sport of fishing, they're tuned in, they're listening, they got it. They're making those little adjustments. Your intuition is telling them what to do, and they're not trying to force it. And it's so hard to do, but if you can stay in that zone, it's a special thing, and great things happen. It's amazing.
Is there one time you can remember listening to your gut that made a huge difference, or ended up in a result that you would have never expected just by listening to that little voice inside your head?
Yeah, so the best time that has ever happened to me was at Lake Santee Cooper. The fish were spawning. I barely made the top 12 cut, fished the final day. I mean, pretty much had no shot of winning. I was 10 or 15, I don't know how many pounds back. Mark Kyle was actually leading. He's from Arizona. And I was just tickled to death. It really hadn't gone my way. The event hadn't. We were trying to sight fish, and there was a bunch of fish on beds, but a big cold snap had come through, knocked a bunch of them back. You're just catching the buck bass that are still up there. The third day I caught 28 pounds. I found them. It was warming up, and I knew they were coming, and everybody knew they were coming, but I knew they were coming. And it was keeping your eyes open and keeping moving till you found them, because you knew they were coming. It was 80 degrees for 3 days in a row. You're like, they're coming. And I found them. And I had 28 or 29 pounds. And I mean, squeaked in the top 12. So I pretty much have no shot of winning. Other anglers are too far ahead of me, but I'm just tickled to death that I caught. I mean, I had a great, high 20-pound stringer. I mean, my gosh, who doesn't want to catch that? I mean, that's awesome, 5 fish. So the next day, which is the final, I actually ran past where I caught all those fish the day before, because I thought I caught them all. But it was a warm night. I know there's more coming. On purpose, I marked a bunch of beds that were really deep, that I thought, they had male bass on them that had no girlfriend yet. So I remembered where those fish were. I said, if they come in, they're probably going to go there. And as the tournament takeoff goes, I took off. I actually ran past them. I went down the lake a little bit, and I got down there about 2, 3, 4 minutes down the lake, and I said, you know what, that's really dumb. you need to go back because you're pretty sure they're going to reload because they are coming on in. And I turned around and came back, went in this one little area, and I caught over 32 pounds and won the tournament. So that was the biggest gut I had decided I was running past. Listened to the little voice, and because I had already caught all those fish there, I said, there's no way there's more fish in there. Little voice said, hey, you need to go back and look there. And I said, okay, I'll give it a shot. Won the tournament. What can I say? If I hadn't been listening, there's no way I would have won that tournament. So what I'm trying to say to all you anglers out there, trust your gut.